Yo, it's Will Marcus from More back with a video. Today we're going to be talking about the COD mobile currency problem and what is going on with the currencies in this game right now overall. So we have many different currencies, right? I mean, we have COD points, credits, vault coins, these black cards that you get when you hit legendary. There are so many different currencies in this game, right? And they all have different uses, different meanings, different values, right? Even in DMZ, we have just straight up money, which is a value used to buy guns, plates, ammo, pretty much anything you want to buy in DMZ, right? But that's not the same kind of currency that we're referring to here. Most of the currencies being referred to are going to be used for skins, essentially, right? Anytime you're using credits, you're usually going into the credit shop and you're buying skins with credits, right? The COD points are pretty much only used for legendaries, mythics, things like that, prestige weapons. Anytime you want to earn something like that, it's going to be bought via COD points. And the currencies that we have in the game and their overall usefulness seem to be not really, what's the term, properly used in terms of the best uses for these currencies, right? So when we're talking about them, the only currency that I feel like people even care about at this point in time in COD Mobile is COD points, right? Like nobody's asking for iFerg's video, right? So iFerg posts a video. People are always wondering, how do I get free credits? Nobody's wondering that, right? People want free COD points because COD points give you the skins that people truly care about. Credits are kind of meaningless. Like I have over 400,000 credits. I haven't spent any credits in, I don't know how long. I can't remember the last time I spent credits because there's nothing in the credit store that I would ever use, want, or buy. Now, that's just me personally, right? There's just nothing in there for me that really fits what I want as a player, you know. Other people who are free to play, you know, these have value to them, right? Credits allow them to get skins that they wouldn't normally get because they're a free to play player. I feel like at this current point in time, like the camos that we've gotten as seasonal tournament camos or the new DMZ camos, like those generally outshine anything that we get in the credit store. And that's just me personally, right? I feel like back in season 1, when we didn't really have any sort of content in the game and the credit store was the content, it had a different effect, right? I bought items from there with my credits all the time because the game was new, the game was fresh, there were no mythics, legendaries, all this cool stuff that were bought and paid for by, you know, actual money, right? COD points is actual money. You don't really get COD points from anything other than that. And I think this is just a big change overall from what you kind of want with the game. So why are these other currencies even in the game at this point? Like if we can all agree the only currency that people really want is COD points. You know what I mean? Like I have never heard anybody saying I want more credits. You know what I mean? I just don't have any credits. How do I get more credits? Nobody says that. You know, how do I get more vault coins, black cards, things like that? I just don't think people really care about those other items. I feel like they just don't have the desirability to want to get those more. Now, I could be out of touch with the casual player base on this. I am not necessarily a casual player in this regard. Maybe casual players out there do really want these features, right? Because they don't play the game as much and these features actually have value to them because, you know, they don't see all the other skins and they don't put that kind of time and effort into this game. So it doesn't really have meaning for them in other regards, like COD points would to the hardcore player. Now, for anybody who plays this game a lot and enjoys it a lot, I feel like they really would only care about the COD point side of things because that's where the value is for what they want and the bang for your buck overall, to be honest with you. Although I wouldn't say like buying a mythic is good bang for your buck because the mythics are insanely expensive, like $125 American. That's absurd. That's literally the price of 2 Call of Duty games. You know what I mean? Like that's insane. So what is the issue with the currency in my personal opinion? I really just feel like if they're going to give us any currencies for anything, keep it to comp points and credits, right? And then work on making the credit store something worth, using and buying, right? They have all these bundles and all these other things that are in the game, and they're just kind of there. They don't really have the same importance or value that you might want them to have to make people want to use them or deal with them in any way, in any capacity. I think that, any other currency that's not comp points or credits should just be gone. I'm excluding the DMZ money system because that's specific to the mode for this regard, but for everything else, vault coins, any cards you earn for hitting legendary and things like that, I feel like it should just be transferred into either credits or CP, and then you can work on those two systems and making them more improved. I think the comp point system doesn't need any changes. I think that the amount of comp points you get for the amount of money you spend when you buy $100 in comp points, like, you don't get enough as it is. So I would like for you to get more, you know what I mean? Like, more comp points for $100, right? What they value as $100 worth of comp points is only like 14K comp points, I believe. And it's not worth it, right? The only time I would ever recommend buying any comp points ever is when they have a double comp points going on and you could get a lot more bang for your buck. You know what I mean? I would just buy the comp points then and then save it for when there's an actual mythic you want to buy. Now, with the credits, I've already done a full-length video just talking about the credit system and the changes that really need to be made to make it a more impactful and important system to the game overall. But here, I feel like what I'm going for is more geared towards the value of the credits, and what you can get with them needs to be altered. I think that in the credit store, if that's the only way you're going to be able to use the credits, there needs to be items higher than epic that people can attain, right? There needs to be a legendary, a prestige, not necessarily prestige. What's the other one? Not mythic, not legendary, but legacy, right? So legacies are supposed to be skins that were in console Call of Duty that are getting brought back to COD Mobile. So essentially a skin that everybody's already seen before, but it is really cool. They're just bringing it back for this specific reason, to make it a prestige skin. Not a prestige skin, legacy skin. I think that would be a good change. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, what you think about comp points and credits and how to improve those two systems. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to. It's been your boy Marcus Morcini. I'm out of here. Peace.